Hello everyone, it's Nicole here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This channel is all about houseplant, plant shopping, plant care tips, and any other planty stuff. If you're looking for a channel like this is it, so make sure you hit the subscribe button to follow this channel. So today's video, we are going to talk about Thanksgiving cactus, Christmas cactus, Easter cactus. I call them just the holiday cactus. We're going to talk about the plant care tips and what the issues that it might have and how to fix them. So Thanksgiving cactus, Christmas cactus, Easter cactus, the care tips for them are very similar. I love those holiday cactus because they are so beginner friendly. They are so affordable. This one is in a 4-inch pot. I bought it at Aldi and I only paid $2.99. And you can pretty much find holiday cactus at your local big box stores or local nurseries. They are under $10. Very affordable. And their flowers are very beautiful. A lot of color for you to choose from. The most important thing is the flowers stay bloom for at least 2 weeks. I would love to have some flowers in my house around holiday time. That's why I really like holiday cactus. So first thing first, let's talk about what to do after you bring a plant home. You can easily find holiday cactus during this time of the year. And when you purchase a plant home, it usually comes with a lot of flower buds. So after you receive this plant, appreciate the beauty of it, and that's it. Do not repot this plant. And also, only water this plant when the soil is completely dry. And do not move this plant around because the flowers can easily drop during the transportation. Make sure you provide bright indirect sunlight or moderate direct sunlight. Next, let's talk about how to trim the flowers. Yes, it is a good thing that your plant has a lot of flowers. However, you might already notice that when one leaf has so many flower buds, only a few flowers can bloom and the little ones will drop. So let me show you step by step on how to trim those flowers. As you can see, this leaf has 5 flower buds. Usually there are only 1 to 2 flowers will bloom on one leaf. So if there are 5, you need to remove probably 2 to 3 flowers. So I'm just go ahead and remove them. I probably should film this video earlier because this plant is done flowering and I'm pretty sure those flowers will not bloom. So I just go ahead and remove them. Some stems, such as this one, it has 1 stem, but there are 4 branches coming out from this one. There are flower buds on each single branch. It takes a lot of energy and nutrition to get each single flower bud bloom. So what you can do is remove at least 2 branches. So just keep the other 2 with flower buds on and then remove the ones on the side. After blooming, you need to trim it again. So first we trim the flowers and now we are going to trim the leaves. You need to remove the dead flowers first and also remove the first top leaf or the first 2 leaves. If you don't do that, what would happen? So as you can see, this tiny leaf, the top leaf, started to turn brown and started to wilt. If you don't remove the dead flowers, you don't do any trimming, this leaf will wilt and the second leaf will wilt and the whole stem will wilt. That's why you need to trim. You can simply use your finger to remove the first 1 to 2 leaves. I'm going to remove 2. Or you can use a gardening scissors, whichever you prefer. And then you're going to do the same thing for the rest of the dead flowers. Now I have removed all the dead flowers and the first top 2 leaves. My plant looks like this. It looks nice and short. I like it. After removing the dead flowers and the first couple top leaves, the second thing that you need to do is repot your plant. This is a Thanksgiving cactus, so Thanksgiving falls the end of November. If you watch my videos all the time, you probably already know I do not recommend people to repot their plants during winter months because the temperature, the environment change, and the humidity, plants don't like it. But this plant, the holiday cactus, are an exception. They need a bigger pot. So this plant, it is in a, oops, another flower just dropped. This plant is in a 4 to 5 inch pot. I would give it a larger pot, such as a 6-inch pot. And by the time it will bloom next year, it will fill up the pots. So if your plant is in a 4-inch pot, give it a 6-inch pot. If your plant is in a 6-inch pot, we pot it in a 8-inch pot. After you repot this plant, wait for a couple weeks to a month and then fertilize your plant. I know I do not recommend people to add fertilization to the plant during winter months either, but this one is an exception again. They are the heavy feeder and they need a lot of nutrition to be able to get ready for forming the flower buds next year. So you need to feed your plants. I usually feed my plants after I repot this plant and also during growing season, spring, summer, and early fall. So how often do I need to fertilize it? If you use fish fertilizer, organic fertilizer, you might have to feed your plant pretty often, every 2 weeks to a month during the growing season. But if you use the chemical fertilizer, you probably have to wait a couple months before you fertilize your plant. So make sure you read the instruction. Let's talk about some diseases that this plant might have. In my opinion, this plant is very disease resistant. I've never had any disease problem. When you're at a store picking up a plant, make sure you check for pests, especially check underneath the leaves. Make sure there's no white spots, there's nothing crawling on the plant. The second issue that this plant might have is after you bring a plant home, it has so many flower buds, but they keep dropping. There are 3 factors could cause this issue. The first one is sunlight. This plant loves bright indirect sunlight and moderate direct sunlight. If you put it somewhere dark or shady, the flowers might drop. The second factor is not enough fertilizer. You don't have to worry about this if you just pick this plant up from the store. But if this is your second, the third, or the fourth year owning this plant and you notice the flowers keep dropping, it probably means it does not get enough nutrition. The third one is change of environment. When you bought this plant home, it usually comes from a greenhouse to your home. And it usually takes some time for this plant to adjust to the new environment. So dropping a few flower buds is very, very normal. The dropping should stop after a couple weeks. I assume that you are going to keep this plant after the flowers are done blooming. So let's talk about what you can do to help this plant bloom again next year. We're going to talk about light, water, and soil. The first one, light. When they receive shorter daylight hours, the flower buds will start to form. So make sure it gets enough bright, indirect, or direct sunlight as well as the darkness. They form flower buds in the evening. Soil, it needs a lot of nutrition when the flower buds are about to form. So whenever you repot this plant, make sure you use rich soil, fluffy soil with great drainage. It will be happy. Watering. When the flower buds are forming, try to cut down the water amount that you usually provide to this plant. Let's talk about propagation. This plant is so easy to propagate. All you have to do is cut off a couple leaves and stick it directly to the soil. After 2 to 4 weeks, you should be able to see the roots coming out. You should always propagate your plants during growing season, so spring and summer would be ideal. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope you find it helpful. I try to write down everything that I can think of and share them with you. If I forget about something or there's something that I don't know, please comment down below. If there are any plants that you'd like me to talk about, let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the bell button so that you get notified whenever I have new videos up. I am also active on Instagram and Facebook. I always post my plant shopping tips, plant shopping haul, any planty stuff there. If you want to connect with me or send me a DM, feel free to follow me there. That's it for today. My name is Nicole. I will see you in my next one. Bye bye!